Fleming. I'm Emily.
And I'm Marcus. Welcome to another edition of Noise News.
It's great all seeing your awesome denim and flannel today. Don't forget to dress up accordingly for the next days of this Spirit Week. Tomorrow is going to be Twin Day.
That's right. Hey, Emily, I was wondering if you kind of wanted to be my twin.
No way. I would never be a twin with someone who roots for the Packers.
Fine then. If you want to wear your favorite team's apparel, then Thursday is your day. And Friday, of course, is Spirit Day, so at least we can agree on to cheer down this thing.
That sounds great. For Spirit Day, middle school will wear neon green, freshmen will wear gray, sophomores will wear white, juniors will wear green, and seniors will be showing up in black.
And if you need Spectrum's apparel for this Friday, stop in the school store in the front high school office. We have newly designed hoodies, vintage sweatshirts, short long sleeve t-shirts, knit hats, and more.
The store is open from 7:30 a.m. to 3:45 p.m. Spirit wear will also be available at the homecoming game on Friday, September 28th. Cash is preferred, but checks are accepted.
On a more serious note, Sport Tech, the owners of the building between Spectrum and Home Depot, have requested that our students and parents please not use the shortcut street around their building and through their parking lot.
It is becoming a safety issue, as many semi-trailers load and unload using the same drive-thru. Spectrum has a good relationship with Sport Tech, and we want to be good neighbors.
Thank you in advance for your help in respecting our neighbors' requests and avoiding use of the shortcut at this time. Now, let's send it over to Tim with sports.
Hey Spectrum, it's Tim. We have a lot of sports for you today, so let's just jump into it. On Tuesday, girls varsity soccer has a home game against Mounds Park Academy, which starts at 4:15. On Wednesday, girls JV soccer has a home game against Maranatha Christian Academy, starting at 4:15. On Thursday, boys varsity soccer has a home game against Heritage Christian Academy, which starts at 3 o'clock. Girls varsity soccer has a home game against Pack Charter, starting at 5. Girls volleyball has a match against Maranatha Christian Academy. JV starts at 5:30 and varsity starts at 7. On Friday, cross country has a meet against Mounds View at Chippewa Middle School, starting at 3:20. Also on Friday, football has the homecoming game against St. Paul Harding, right here at Spectrum, starting at 4. On Saturday, C-Team and JV volleyball have a tournament at Fridley, and varsity has a tournament at Mounds Park Academy. Boys JV soccer has a match against St. Croix, starting at 9:30, followed by the girls varsity team, also at St. Croix, starting at 11:30. Right after that, the JV girls soccer faces St. Croix at 11:30. Topping off soccer at St. Croix is the boys varsity team, starting at 12. Finally, cross country has a varsity invitational at the University of Minnesota Golf Course. That's all of it for sports this week. Make sure you support your sting. Now over to commercial crew.
Wise men say only fools rush in. But I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, shall I stay? Would it be a sin? Oh, if I
Hi, I made this for you.
Homecoming? No.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Tim. Do you want to go to the homecoming dance with me?
No.
Falling in love with you.
Thanks, guys. Did you know that many of our teachers here at Spectrum hold a second job?
Well, I sure didn't. That sounds very interesting. Let's send it over to Paul, Cassandra, and Kaylee for a fun story on teachers' second jobs.
According to the Wall Street Journal, 1 in 20 working Americans work 2 or more jobs. Some of these hardworking Americans include Spectrum's own teachers. We asked 3 teachers, what other jobs do you have?
Well, I've done a few. I have done Uber. I'm not currently doing Uber, but I have done Uber for a while. I also umpire baseball and officiate football.
I currently this year doing the clock for the Spectrum football teams, and then outside of that I am working at 2 different bar restaurant places.
On the side, primarily in the summer and occasionally on weekends, I am a waitress at a restaurant near my house.
We also asked the teachers what they like about their outside jobs.
Well, regarding Uber, I liked the freedom of being able to work whenever I wanted to work. That being said, you have to pay attention to the economics of it.
I like being able to talk to adults. That's a huge one. And then I also like that it's easy cash, like it's tip based, and so that's kind of like my fun spending money.
I like it because it's really fast paced and it's kind of a fun, different dynamic from working with high schoolers to talking with more adults, and it's fun. I like my coworkers a lot, and it's just kind of, you know, you get tips from waitressing and stuff, and so it's nice to make some extra cash to pay off my student loans a little bit faster. So that's probably what I like about it.
For Noise News, this is Kaylee, Cassandra, and Paul signing off.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. I never knew that Coach Churchill worked there.
I know, right? Some teachers I just don't really know well, especially the new additions to the Spectrum teaching staff this year. So let's send it over to Emily and Tim to catch a first take on our new teachers.
With a new school year comes a rush of new students and a few new teachers. While we say goodbye to some teachers who have transferred over to the new building or schools, we say hello to a few new ones coming in to replace them.
When I grew up, or was growing up, my teachers that I had in high school, they were really the ones that influenced me. And those relationships that I developed with them really was the leading cause of what wanted me to become a teacher and kind of develop those same relationships that I had with my teachers, with my future students.
What led me to become a teacher was I was a senior, and I was working in a foods class, and I loved working with the 9th graders because it was, 9th through 12th. I just loved working with the 9th graders, and my teacher actually pulled me out into the hallway at one point and said, "You work so wonderfully with these kids. Have you thought about teaching?"
What led me to becoming a teacher, I ended up tutoring some of my classmates, and I liked it. I liked helping them figure out that they could learn the math even though they didn't really think they could learn it so well. So I started doing tutoring and eventually got my teaching degree.
Often we forget that teachers were high schoolers once too.
My high school experience was a little different than most people. I was homeschooled.
The thing I remember most about my high school experience would be just the stuff that really, the memories you make outside of the classroom.
What I remember most about my high school experience was not being challenged enough. To me, high school was nothing like it is here.
While all of these teachers are very different, one thing they have all noticed is about our community.
So the main thing that I've noticed about Spectrum's atmosphere is how nice everyone is. I'll ask someone how their day is going, or I'll tell them good morning, and I'll actually get a authentic response back from them.
I see a lot of students here are naturally they want to learn.
Definitely, I feel more positivity because I've noticed that students want to be here, because I feel like there's just this whole different atmosphere with the kids because they want to be here, they want to learn.
We wish all of our teachers good luck in this new school year. This has been Tim and Emily for Noise News.
I hate fluorescent lighting. I hate it with a passion. When I'm in here, I like the lamps. I like the calming. I like a calming environment. And I hate fluorescent lighting. It's terrible.
Well, that's it for the news this week.
Make sure to tune in next week to get caught up on all the noise that are going around at Spectrum.
Well, in the meantime, this has been Emily Dobb
And Marcus Grund, keeping you
in on the noise. Yeah, I
That
completely
was
agree, and I
fire.
don't really know what hand I'm supposed to do.
What do you mean? He's wearing a.
I'm wearing a little.
He's like 5'4".
I'm like.
He's 6'2".
I'm 6'5".
He's 6'5".
Actually, I think I'm 6'6" now because Carter's measuring tool said I was 6'6".
How do you be
Anyways.
6'6"?
Faces St. Croix. Hang it.
No, you were doing.
I know. There's so many typos though. There's just a few, but it's my script. Varsity soccer is a home game against Pack Charter, starting at 5. Girls volleyball.
It's okay. It's okay.
Girls barley ball.
All right.
Yeah.
Bring it back. Ready? 3, 2.
Varsity volleyball. Shoot.
It's okay.
There's so many typos. I need to. I write in different. Make sure you support your sting. Now over to commercial crew.
Yes! Good job! Way to go!
Jeez.
That was a
And his mom told, his mom and dad told him, oh, shoot.
Alright, now turn around.
Said your sister's a boss.
Yeah.